Hello, everybody. So, welcome to this Facebook Live with the Access X-Men facilitators. We are doing 30 days of Who Does This Belong To? And today I thought I would talk to you a little bit about who does this belong to in regards to your body. So, one of the things that we recommend with who does it belong to is that you do it for 30 days. And what is who does it belong to? Most of you would have listened already to some of these Facebook Lives. Who does it belong to is about gaining awareness of all of the thoughts, feelings, emotions that we pick up every day that we buy as ours that might not necessarily be ours. So it's like, how many of you have, for example, walked into a room after people have been arguing and you know that they've been arguing because you can sense an energy? But how many of you have walked into a room and sensed that energy and then somehow bought it as yours and made yourself wrong for what you were aware of? So this is one thing that we do dynamically as aware people. And it's like right now is an interesting time on the earth. And so us, the X-Men facilitators, decided that we would do 30 days of this tool and see what change it can create in your worlds. So that's a little bit about who does it belong to. I'm also going to be talking a little bit more about it in regards to bodies, because we also our bodies are like they they're basically sensory receptors, so they pick up all sorts of information, and we might not necessarily be aware of how much they're picking it up until we actually ask it. Often as well, like things will require energetic contribution from us. And so, for example, the earth will often ask our bodies for contribution, and when we don't acknowledge it, when we don't receive it, it'll turn it up. The earth will turn it up and be like, excuse me, I require your energy. And so often that can occur as pain in the body. And so what you want to ask with any of the pain in your body, and you can do this right now, is this an energy that the earth requires? And the earth has no point of view about the energy that it receives. It just likes to receive energy. And so on this live, we can do a few things to contribute to the earth. But I also wanted to walk you guys through an exercise you can do with your body in terms of using who does it belong to and actually applying it to a little bit of like what the different areas of your body. So first of all, for any of you that have never looked at this in any way, most of you guys I can see that are joining. Hi, it's really nice to see you, and most of you are familiar with this. What have we got on here? Hi Simon, hi Albina, hi Jenny, hi Lucy, hi Maruna, hi Sylvie. So okay, X-Men, ADD, there's like a million different places that I want to go all at once, but I'm going to start with everywhere that you haven't acknowledged your body's awareness and the contribution that the earth is asking of you. Will you destroy and uncreate all of that? Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. Now, what are all those funny, wild, weird, wacky words I just said? They don't have to make much sense. What it is it's called the clearing statement, and basically it's designed to bring up a whole bunch of energy and then clear it. And you can find more about it at theclearingstatement.com, and it's fully explained there. But if you're on here tonight what's the worst that could happen if you just gave it a go and see what it could create and change in your life? So the earth asks our body for contribution all the time. Another thing that we can do is we can actually just get the sense of that energy, and then on 3 you can just give that energy to the earth. So all of you now, I want you to pick a pain in your body, and I want you to contribute whatever energy you can to the earth. So on 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Cool. So for me, that's just about acknowledging, okay, the earth's requiring some contribution, I'm aware of it, and I can contribute that energy. For some of you, you might have noticed that it starts to dissipate a little bit of what you might be perceiving with your body. And I'd like to just say at the moment, this is a pretty intense time for the people that are super aware. It's like how much of what's going on the earth right now are you aware of? And it's like where people are functioning from. A lot of people are going into, like fear and all of these sorts of things, which actually distract us from what's true for us. What if you didn't have to ever be distracted from what was true for you? What if you could always know what was true for you? And a lot of the tools that we use in X-Men is about navigating your awareness of all of these different things. All right, I'm gonna get into a little bit more of what I'd like to do with these tools and with your body, with your bodies, all of you here. Hi Poppy, hi Vita, hi Kylie, hi Danae, hi Flavia, hi Vanessa. So Maruna just said, and how much are we healing? Yeah, so how many of you guys have a capacity to be with the earth in a different way, and how many of you have a healing capacity and a healing ability that you haven't acknowledged? So everything that doesn't allow it, times a godzillion, we are destroying uncreated all. All right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all 9 shorts, boys and beyonds. Vanessa said, sensing a shift in the earth. Yeah. The earth has been asking, requesting for change for quite a long time. And it's like there is something very different occurring on the earth right now. And I'm sure a lot of you are sensing that. One of the things is that when these changes tend to occur, it tends to be the opposite of what it appears to be. And it's like this is definitely one of those moments where, a lot of people are going into trauma and drama, and there's, a sense of like havoc around the world. But then if you tap into the earth, there's also a sense of peace and a sense of possibility there. And the earth always knows what it's doing. It's like if you look at nature, the earth will always create with everything that it has available, and as soon as like mankind leaves something alone, the earth takes over and starts creating what it knows is possible. So part of what's going on is the earth is being left to its own devices a little bit more than usual at the moment, and it'll be interesting to see what that creates. So Vanessa also said restoration of communion with earth meditation. That's a great point. There is something that you can do which I highly recommend, and that is to take an hour to walk 100 meters and allow yourself to just notice what you become aware of as you do this, because it's like it's actually a really intense presence, and it's like you can have your eyes open. You're going to probably want to and find somewhere that is, away from people, away from cars, where you're just out in nature, and just allow yourself to start to observe everything around you and all of the intricacies, all of the details in nature, and see what that might contribute to you receiving. So guys, I want to just move into this. So I want you to get present right now with your body. Feel your bum on the seat. Feel all the outside edges of your body. And I want to start with the head. And so with this, what if you would start to allow some of those things that you've bought as yours that weren't? What if you started to allow some of those to release and change and be different? And it's like you guys can do this for you anytime. I just want to walk you through this little exercise and see what it can contribute to you and what we can create together. So right now, get a sense of the scalp, the top of the head, right up here, and anything there that you've bought as yours that wasn't, will you now just let it release? And just get the sense of, okay, anything that I bought as mine with that area of my body that wasn't, I now allow it to change and be different and release. Alright, now with the sides of your heads, anything you bought as yours that wasn't, will you now let it go? And the front of the head, the face and the back of the head, and also inside the head, where that brain of yours is sitting. Everything you bought as yours when it wasn't, will you now let it go? Any of the tension in your jaw, all along through here and right down here and through your teeth, anything you bought as yours that wasn't, will you let it go? For some of you who have just joined us, this might seem a little bit weird. I did talk about it a bit, what we'd be doing, and we're talking about who does this belong to with bodies, and just going through the different areas of your body and starting to release some of the things that have been stored there. So let's move to the ears. When I get a massage, I love having my ears massaged. I don't know if any of you like that. But what if you just allowed everything that you've stored with your ears, all the thoughts, all the feelings, all the emotions, all the projections, all the expectations, separations, judgments and rejections, what if you just allowed them all to release now? And what if this could create a sense of ease, a sense of joy, a sense of glory with your body, and a sense of being in communion with the earth? The earth does not desire for you to be stressed. The earth does not desire for you to be worried. The earth is here to contribute if you're willing to receive it. So another thing that I'd like to ask you guys to do is to just lower any of your walls and barriers that you have up to receiving any of this. And for some of you, you might need to just push them down and push them down more and more and more. And let's move on to the throat. So anything stored there that doesn't belong to you, will you now let it release? And it's funny because as you go through some of these different areas, like some of the things that seem to be locked in the jaw is like this, it can be like this energy of like tension or stress or worry. And then when you get to the throat, it has this a more sense of, things that have been said, or like things that haven't been said that might have been suppressed. And it's like there are all these different energies associated with all these different parts of our bodies, and we're just allowing them to release. Simple, easy, and very relaxing. Hey Alison, hey Litsong, hey Paul. Paul is quarantining himself in one of the most beautiful places in the world. He's at Castello di Casal Borgone, and it is a spectacular place. If any of you haven't seen it, you can check it out. And it's in the Piedmont region of Italy, and that place is relaxing for the body. I stayed a night there in one of the rooms, the Amelia Suite, and my goodness, the beds. It's like serious luxury for your body, and the whole place is just decked out with the most amazing antiques and furnishings, and yeah, get a sense of that and allow that to contribute to your body. So I'd like you to just kind of now scan the different parts of your body, go through from your shoulders, or anything that you've stored there, anything that you've decided you had to bear or hold or keep up with those, we now let it release. And going through your chest and down your arms and through your elbows and into your wrists and along each finger, and anything you bought as yours that's stored in any part of your body, we now let it release. And going down the spine and along the back of the rib cage and down through the stomach and the intestines, the spleen, the liver, the kidneys on the back, and into the hips and the groin and the genitals and the buttocks, and anything that you've stored as yours that isn't, we now let it release. And going down through the front of your legs, the muscles all down the sides and down along the back. Anything you decided that you could not stand, we destroy and uncreate all of that. Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys, beyonds. And through to the front of the knees and behind down to the back of the knees. Anything you've decided you need, we destroy and uncreate all of that. Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. And down through the back of your calves and along through the front of your shins. We release any of the thoughts, feelings and emotions, projections, expectations, separations, judgments and rejections you've stored there. And down into the ankles, through the feet. Feel the soles of your feet on the ground and feel each little toe as you spread them out. And take a big breath in and a big breath out, and just allow your body to relax and receive. Now, I'm not sure about you guys, but for me, there's a whole lot more ease in my head with my body. Feel much more relaxed all through my spine and a bit more present as well. So what I would like to invite you guys to is, this is something that you can do with yourself. You could do it every day, you could do it in the morning, and The other thing is that who does it belong to is basically something that you can just use wherever you are. It's like the tool that you can carry with you in the back of your pocket. If you're walking into a supermarket and you start to perceive a whole lot of different things, and you might think, why am I thinking like this, or why do I feel like this? That's when you want to ask, who does this belong to? The funny thing about it too is that you'll find that with who does it belong to, there are just like layers and layers of stuff. So you'll use it, and then you'll get to this point where you're like, okay, yeah, this is me. And then you'll keep using who does it belong to, and you'll go, oh my goodness, this isn't me. One thing I'd like to invite you to is, what if 99.99999% of all of the thoughts, the feelings, and the emotions do not belong to you? And so from that awareness, it's like, how much of your life are you creating based on that which does not belong to you? So everything that is times a godzillion, we destroy and uncreate it all. Right, wrong, good and bad, pot and pock, all nine shorts, boys and beyonds. What if in this time, with everything that's going on in the world right now, what if this was the time where we actually got to choose what was true for us, and we got to choose the ease, the joy, the glory, the possibilities that are available, the contribution that we know we can be, the contribution that we can receive, the communion with earth that we can be. So how much fun can you have being that? And thank you guys all for watching. I hope this contributed to you in some way. We have some amazing X-Men facilitators, and they're all going to be doing a Facebook Live once a day, and we're going to be inviting you to this topic of who does it belong to. So I encourage you to tune in and watch out for it. And if you'd like to find out more about the Access X-Men facilitators, you can go to accessconsciousness.com/X-Men and find out more there. It's been a pleasure spending my evening with you, and wherever you are around the world, I hope you enjoy your day, and I will see you again in a few days' time. Thanks very much, y'all. Bye-bye.